What's up, fans? Welcome back to the show. Guys, time the Bryce. The Bryce is back in the house. I hope you guys had a good day today. So, yeah, we got lots of football to talk about today. And as you can see, I am wearing a Justin Herbert football jersey, nice and dark blue with the yellow bolts on them. Badass jersey from Big House Jerseys, located in New Haven, Michigan, from Chris. So shout out to Chris. Thank you so much. He hooked me up last weekend with 6 cool jerseys. I got a Travis Kelce jersey. I got a Justin Herbert jersey, as you've seen. I got a Jalen Waddle jersey. I got a Joe Burrow jersey, a Josh Allen jersey, and a Derrick Henry jersey. So yeah, I really stacked up on those jerseys last Saturday. But yeah, Chris, great guy. Jerseys are fairly priced, $30 for football jerseys, and then $50 for hockey jerseys, and I think it's $30 for both baseball and basketball jerseys. But yeah, nice clean cut jerseys, legitimate jerseys. As you can see here, you got the NFL logo here, so they are legit. But yeah, I really like this one. So yeah, bolt up. I was gonna say I'm wearing this jersey a little foreshadowing into this episode, because we got to talk about the wild card games this weekend. Obviously, they're going up against the Jaguars. That's a game, as I mentioned before, that I'm really interested in watching. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I love the jersey. So yeah, thank you, Chris, so much. Big House Jerseys, ladies and gentlemen. Check him out right off the exit. If you take I-94 north, exit 247, you make a left, take that to, I do believe it's 26 Mile, make a right, and he's right in the neighborhood around there somewhere. So yeah, Big House Jerseys, great inventory, great selection. It's Sports Fanatics dream. It's a Sports Fanatics hangout for sure. And you know me, I love my sports. So yeah, I was just in awe when I saw the full inventory, the full selection of jerseys. You know, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, all fairly priced. And you know, he's a great guy. Really, you know, helped me out with what kind of jerseys I should get and what I was looking for. He was very helpful with that. And then he's also a Michigan fan, so that's always a plus as well. So yeah, got the Justin Herbert jersey on. But yeah, check him out. He's got a great selection over there. So yeah, you got that. But yeah, let's dive into football. We got lots of football to talk about tonight. So our first topic, we're going to talk about the wild card round, as I mentioned before. So yeah, we got the 2 games on this Saturday. We got one at 4:30 p.m. We got the Seattle Seahawks going up against the San Francisco 49ers. I got the San Francisco 49ers winning this one. I think the Seahawks, their time is coming to an end with their run. Obviously, if you guys saw the Rams and Seahawks game last Sunday, I didn't watch it. I was at my brother's house, but the entire time I guess we could have watched it because we got it on Fox, but we were watching the Giants in Philadelphia Eagles game instead. I don't know why. You gotta ask my brother about that, but I heard the officiating was god awful in that game, and you know that's such a Detroit Lions thing, isn't it? You know, we're trying to make a playoff spot. The Rams need to beat the Seahawks for us to get in. They don't get the job done, and then yeah, we could blame the refs. I don't know. It is what it is. The Rams were kind of awful this year, but of course, you know, we don't get into the playoffs. But we beat the Packers. Great way to end the season, but more on the Lions later in this episode. But yeah, just going back to this game, the Seahawks and the 49ers are playing at San Francisco. You know, all the momentum. They got one of the best defenses in the league right now. I'm going with defense. I got the 49ers winning that one. So that's the 4:30 game this Saturday. Got that going on. And then the night game, 8:15 p.m. on Saturday. You got the Chargers, as you can see here, Justin Herbert. You gotta love it, going up against the Jaguars, who've been playing some very good football lately. But I'm going to go with the Chargers on the road. I really like them. I like Austin Eckler. I think he has a big game in this one. But I wouldn't count out the Jaguars, man. They really proved themselves. Doug Peterson, his first year as the head coach with the Jaguars, he's done a terrific job. So they won their division, the AFC South. They did that by beating the Titans, obviously, last Sunday. And yeah, they took care of business. So yeah, that was really cool to see that. But yeah, the Chargers and Jaguars, I like the Chargers winning this one. So yeah, go Bolts. Justin Herbert, baby. Let's go. Have a game, buddy. So yeah, those are my 2 picks. I want to hear from you guys. Place your bets. 2 good games, 2 wild card games. It's going to be a good one. So yeah, you got that. And then the Sunday games, we got 3 Sunday games, wild card round. You got the Miami Dolphins at the Bills. Again, Tua Tagovailoa did not pass concussion protocol, so he's not going to play. That's a huge factor, obviously. And, this is the wild card round. Ironically enough, the Dolphins and the Bills are obviously in the same division, the AFC East. Bills are playing at home. I like the Bills winning this one, so you got that. And then the 4:30 game on Sunday, you got the Giants at the Vikings. Man, it's tough. I really want to pick the Giants because I really think the Vikings are frauds. I really think they do. They are 10-1 in one-score games, which is very impressive. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a way for them to win games, and that's amazing. But this is the playoffs. This is the wild card round now. They got to get their shit together. And they're playing at home. It does help a lot. And you got the best wide receiver in the NFL on that team, Justin Jefferson. So that helps a lot as well. But I don't know, man. The Giants, and they didn't look too good last week against the Eagles. But you know what? I think at home, I think the Vikings are going to take care of business. So I'm going to go with the Vikings. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants win, though. But I like the Vikings at home. So you got that game. And then the night game, the Sunday night game, you got the 8:15 p.m. You got the Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. But in this one, 2 division rivals. And I think in this game, the Bengals win. I like Joe Burrow. I think he has a big game against the Ravens. So those are my picks for Sunday. Place your bets for those. And then Monday Night Football to wrap up Wild Card Weekend, 8:15 p.m. next Monday. You got the Cowboys at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a tough one for me. The Cowboys are pretty damn good. But Dak Prescott, he turns the ball over way too much. And, he's got to settle down, especially now in the wild card round. And then he's going up against the GOAT himself, Tom Brady. And then I always say it on this podcast, you can never bet against Tom Brady, man. He finds a way to win. Unfortunately, this time, I do believe the Cowboys are going to take care of business. So I am going to go against Tom Brady. I'm eating my own words there. But I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win this one on the road. So, yeah, those are my picks for Wild Card Weekend. How did I do? Place your bets, guys. It's going to be a good one. But, yeah, lots of football, lots of exciting games. And as I mentioned before, the Chargers and the Jaguars, that's going to be a game I'm going to be really interested in watching. So, Saturday night, I'm sorry, I got plans. I'm watching that game. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm going to find a way to watch all 4 quarters because I think that's going to be a really, really interesting game. So, yeah, you got that. But, yeah, that's Wild Card Weekend, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, place your bets, have fun. Maybe grab a couple jerseys from Big House Jerseys if you're here in Michigan. New Haven, right off of 94 there, exit 247. Look for Chris, great guy. Michigan fan, gotta love it. But yeah, he has a great selection of jerseys. He has a Facebook page as well, Big House Jerseys. Look that up and join the group. I mean, it's legit, man. It's good, and this is good material too. It really feels good wearing it. So yeah, you got that going on as well. So yeah, let's hop over to the Lions. Obviously, I've been one of the biggest critics of the Lions. Every time you guys listen to me on this podcast, I really criticize them a lot, But you know what? This year, they really surprised me. They ended the year great. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people need to realize. They finished off the season on a high note, in my opinion. They could have tanked. They could have stopped, playing football, tank to possibly get a better draft pick. But no, they were playing to win every single game. Obviously, there was a couple games here and there, Obviously, they got blown out on the road at New England. They got their asses kicked by Carolina on New Year's, or not on New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. They got their asses kicked by the Carolina Panthers. So, there's games here and there. They lost week 3 on the road against the Vikings. A game they had won in the bag, and they just gave it, they just gave it away. So, a couple losses turned into wins. We're not in this situation. We're in the playoffs, right? But ending 9-8, I will take that. I mean, this is a team that I strongly believe will make some noise next year. And yeah, I mean, you can say I'm drinking the Kool-Aid or, I'm overhyping this team. I don't know, man. I really want to believe the Lions can actually do something next year. It's going to be interesting how they draft. I want to see how they do in the draft. I think defense is a high priority. Offense, not. I mean, you got your playmakers, man. Hopefully Jamal Williams re-signs with us, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But our receivers, Amon-Ra and St. Brown, one of the best wide receivers this year. You got DJ Chark, a great addition to the offense. You got even Khalif Raymond making some noise in the passing game, and then Jameson Williams playing late in the season, making some noise. So lots of guys, Josh Reynolds as well, and then Zylstra and Brock Wright, two of our tight ends that we got. Obviously, TJ Hawkinson's with the Vikings now, so we don't have to worry about him. But our offense was really good. DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams breaking Barry Sanders' single-season record for rushing touchdowns in team history. So you got that going on. And then Jared Goff, surprisingly, I've been a big critic of him over the years on this podcast, but he did really good towards the end of the season. So you got to give him props for that. And I'll get to him in a little bit as well. But yeah, 9-8, man, I will take that. So yeah, in the draft, the Lions need a draft defense. That's it, because our defense is god-awful. It really is, and it was exposed so many times this season. So they really need to get their shit together on defense. But yeah, we'll see what they do in the draft. I really hope they get a couple of edge rushers, maybe some secondary guys can cover some ground, but we'll see. But yeah, 9-8, I will take it. Obviously beating the Green Bay Packers this last Sunday night, that was great. It was a great way to finish the season. I'm not going to complain about it at all, but it was just unfortunate we couldn't make it to the playoffs. It is what it is. Yeah, we just got to start fresh next year. So, but yeah, what I think they were 5-1 in the NFC North. We shut out Green Bay this year, which is, when's the last time that ever happened, right? And then we shut out Chicago, and then we went 1-1 with the Vikings. Should have been 2-0 as well. We should have been 6-0 in the division. And that's the thing, you can't have your fate decided by anyone else or by another team. And unfortunately, we had to deal with that. The Rams had to beat the Seattle Seahawks for us to get in the playoffs, and obviously we took care of business at Lambeau Field by beating the Packers, and we would have been in, but oh well. Better luck next year, right? I really like this team, and I know it's crazy, right? I'm a big critic of the Detroit Lions. I am. And I'm still kind of, I don't know, I'm like on the fence a little bit about them, but at the same time, with that being said, I really like where this team's going. Hopefully Dan Campbell can rally the troops, and hopefully they can have a more successful season next year. So you got that going on. And then I want to talk about Jared Goff a little bit. As I mentioned before, I've been a big critic of Jared Goff over the years. I just really, didn't really see much of what he's become. I never saw him as a great quarterback, really. Even in his days with the Rams, he just had a great team surrounding him. But so this article by the Detroit Free Press. So to finish off the season, he had 324 pass attempts without a pick to end the season. I mean, that's crazy. He did not throw an interception in the final 9 games of the NFL season and finished the year with a streak of 324 straight pass attempts without a pick. That's crazy. And that streak is 5th longest in NFL history. So, yeah, you definitely, that's pretty good, man. I will take that. That shows that he's not taking risks. He's making smart decisions. If it's not there, throw it away. Don't throw it when there's double coverage or if there's a linebacker there. He's making smart decisions with the football, so I do appreciate that. But yeah, 324 straight passing attempts without an interception, and he finished out the final 9 games of the regular season without throwing a pick. So hats off to him, man. That's great. That's awesome for him to do that, especially since, I've been a big critic of him, but I guess he shut me up real quick. But yeah, very impressive things. And then yeah, we'll see if I would assume he'd be our quarterback going into next year, but God knows anything can happen. It's the NFL. Seems like everything, there's always something new going on with the league every single year. But yeah, you got that going on. I want to hop over to Jamal Williams. Obviously, he broke Barry Sanders' single season record for rushing touchdowns by a Detroit Lion in Lions history and in franchise history. So yeah, I think he had 17 touchdowns. Yeah, he had 17 touchdowns, and Barry had 16 in the 1991 season. So yeah, that's great. Obviously, more games being played this year, 17 instead of the original 16 from so many years ago. It seems like, I think this is our second year playing 17 games, but that's still impressive. And I had him on my fantasy team, and he actually won me some weeks back in fantasy. So thank you so much. I will definitely be on the lookout for him going into next season for fantasy. Trying to draft him because he is a good running back. I don't care what anyone says. Those touchdowns mean a lot. I mean, they're 6 points in fantasy football, and he's such a great player, and he seems like a cool guy off the field. Lots of passion, lots of heart. I appreciate Jamal Williams. I really do. Not just as a football player, but as a human being as well. But yeah, he took care of business. He had 2 touchdowns against Green Bay this past Sunday night, and yeah, he looked good, man. So yeah, he breaks Barry Sanders' record, the all-time great, with 17 rushing touchdowns. And Barry had 16 in the 1991 season. So yeah, very, very, very impressive, man. And now he's going to become a free agent this year. So the Lions would be very stupid. It would be very asinine if they don't re-sign him. You have to. I mean, what he's done, you have to. And then Josh Jacobs, obviously, different team, Las Vegas Raiders. He's going to be a free agent as well after this season. So, but yeah, the Lions need to re-sign him. They have to re-sign Jamal Williams. I mean, I don't know. I don't see how that's not even in your plans right now as we are speaking tonight. You have to re-sign him. I don't care how much he wants. You give it to him. I don't care. Dude, he is a great running back. Okay, he is a good running back. He did his job. He knows his role. He scores touchdowns. He's passionate. He wants to be part of this team. Give him the money. That's my opinion on this situation. Now, I know there's some of you who are going to be like, well, we got to save some room for other players, for draft picks, all that stuff. I get that. But Jamal Williams, he's a real deal. And I don't know. Is he better than DeAndre Swift? DeAndre Swift, he's okay. Obviously he's a decent running back. But if I had to choose, I would pick Jamal Williams. That's just me personally. I like Jamal Williams. I like his style. I like his passion. It's nothing against DeAndre Swift. He has great passion as well, and he's a speedster, and he makes cuts, and he makes moves. He gets the first down. But Jamal Williams, he's a badass, and you need to resign him. The Detroit Lions need to resign Jamal Williams. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Resign Jamal Williams. Give that guy whatever he wants. He is a bad motherfucker, okay? Give him the money. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a very interesting offseason. Lots of free agents. As I mentioned, you got Jamal Williams, you got Josh Jacobs. There's a few others out there, but obviously those two are the highlighted, especially at the running back position, are the highlighted players that are going to hit the free agency market after the season. So, yeah, Jamal Williams, re-sign him. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, yeah, I think that's the most I ever talked about Detroit in the positive sense. But, yeah, I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. They had a terrific season, no doubt about it. They finished off strong. Better luck next year. I really hope they can feed off what they did this year going to next year, because next year all eyes are going to be on them. I mean, we got analysts, ESPN analysts already saying they're going to be Super Bowl contenders. Whoa, pump the brakes, man. I mean, we got to see what they do in the draft, the offseason. If they do sign Jamal Williams, if they sign other players, we got to see what's going on, okay? So pump the brakes on that, okay? I really hope they do well next year. They have the potential. Obviously, there's a lot of good signs, especially the second half of the season. They were dominant, winning games, putting points on the board. Obviously, that defense needs some work. I mean, towards the end of the season, it got a little better, but we need more consistency throughout the season when it comes to the defense. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, Detroit Lions, man. pay very close attention to them going to next season. It's gonna be interesting how that plays out. So so you got that, and now we gotta go to Jim Harbaugh, good old Jimmy. So there's been talks that Jim Harbaugh might be leaving Michigan to go to the NFL again. He's been with the Broncos. I think he had an interview with the Broncos. He talked to the owner of the Carolina Panthers, so he got that going on. And there's been talks that he might coach the Indianapolis Colts. He used to play for that team when he played in the NFL back in the day. So 3 teams interested in him. I mean, I don't know. I mean, is he leaving Michigan or is he not? I think if there's an opportunity on the table for him to go to the NFL, I think he's out. That's my opinion. I think he's out. You know, yeah, he did his job. He beat Ohio State twice, back-to-back years. He won the Big Ten championship, back-to-back years. But then at the same time, you're 0-2 in the college football playoff semifinals. You got your asses kicked last season against Georgia, who won the national championship this year. And then this year, you got absolutely destroyed. I mean, the scoreboard, that's a whole different story. You got outplayed by TCU this season. So with that being said, and then this whole investigation underway about, you know, Michigan meeting with recruits during the COVID dead period a couple years ago, obviously a violation of sorts. He's going to be facing a suspension of some kind. You know, I mean, that would probably be a good reason to leave, right? So a lot on Jim Harbaugh's plate right now. But yeah, I think if there's an opportunity for him to go to the NFL, I think he's out of here. I think he's out of Ann Arbor, and he's going to be coaching the NFL. It is what it is, man. You know, I think we can get a substitute. We can get a guy come in here and recruit, and you know, we can win those big games against Michigan State, Penn State, Ohio State, and then have a good enough record to compete in the Big Ten championship. And then hopefully this time we can get out of the semifinal round and compete for a national championship, because obviously next year the playing field for the college football playoff is going to be bigger because you got 12 teams instead of 4. So yeah, so Jim Harbaugh meeting with the Broncos earlier this week. He talked to the Panthers owner, I think, last week, and I think he met up with the Colts this week as well. So lots of buzz going around. We'll see what happens in the next few days, next few weeks. See where Jim Harbaugh ends up. Does he stay in Ann Arbor with the Maize and Blue, or does he go back to the NFL? It's gonna be interesting. So yeah, you got that going on as well. So now we're gonna end this podcast. We're gonna end this episode of Guys Time to Prize tonight with some hockey. So yeah, the other night, yeah, was it the other night or Tuesday night? It might have been Tuesday night. Yeah, the Red Wings won 7-5 against the Jets. The Jets were on a 4-game winning streak or a 5-game winning streak, and we were on a 3-game losing streak. So lots on the line for both teams, it seemed like. But I watched that whole game, or most of that game. I missed a little bit of the first period, but I watched from by the time I watched it all the way to the end, man. Holy moly, lots of scoring. 7-5, the Red Wings won. They gave me some anxiety towards the end there, you know, especially that second period. You know, they looked flat. The Jets were on fire. And then that third period, it was kind of evenly matched up. You know, the Red Wings started to wake up a little bit, but the Jets were still fighting. They were still scoring goals. They weren't quitting. So, I mean, that really got me nervous a little bit. But yeah, the Red Wings ended up winning. Moritz Seider, defenseman, had 4 assists, so 4 points. He tied a record for most points in a game in franchise history, so setting a mark for Detroit Red Wings. He's my favorite Red Wing, by the way. I like Moritz Seider. I like Lucas Raymond and Dylan Larkin. I like those guys. Those are like my top 3 right now. But yeah, I like Moritz Seider. You know, he's a good player, great defenseman. He's young. You know, he can make plays. And as you saw the other night, Tuesday night, he's got 4 points. He had 4 assists on 4 out of the 7 goals that Detroit scored. So yeah, great game. It was exciting. Like I said, it gave me anxiety. But yeah, I watched the Red Wings and they didn't lose. So that's good. I was going to say, that's very rare that the Prize watches the Red Wings and they win. So definitely a special moment. Definitely one of those moments that you can't forget. So that I'll remember for days to come. But yeah, And the Red Wings won. The Braves watched the game, and they ended up winning. Like I said, very rare that happens, but it did happen nonetheless. So, yeah, you have that. Yeah, that going on. Great game. So, yeah, we got some action tonight. We got some games on tonight. You got Seattle at Boston. You got Winnipeg at Buffalo. You got Carolina at Columbus. You got the Toronto Maple Leafs coming into town against the Detroit Red Wings. They're about to play in about 13 minutes on ESPN, 7 p.m. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch. You got Nashville at Montreal. You got Dallas at New York Rangers. You got the Vancouver Canucks going up against the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Minnesota Wild going up against the New York Islanders. Calgary Flames against the St. Louis Blues, Colorado against Chicago, Ottawa against Arizona, and then Florida against the Vegas Golden Knights. And that's your Thursday night slate of hockey. I actually might check out that Toronto Detroit Red Wings game. It's on ESPN, so I can actually watch it. I don't have to stream it because obviously I have Hulu Live TV and they don't carry Bally Sports Detroit. So I got ESPN, I can watch it on regular TV. So Go Wings. Let's go Red Wings. Get that victory. Toronto's a good team this year, so it should be interesting. 2 original 6 teams going at it. It's always an interesting game to watch. So, yeah, they're about to play right now. So, yeah, definitely we'll check that out, and we'll go from there. So, that's it, guys. So, thank you so much for joining me on this edition of Guys Time with the Bries. The Bries is out. So, yeah, this episode's going to be available. It's going to be available on YouTube. Guys Time with the Bries. Posting content on YouTube now, so make sure you check that out. This episode is going to be available. Audio version, of course, going to be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. This episode is going to be available, so be on the lookout for that as well. It'll be ready later tonight, so you can listen to it, and then make sure you check the YouTube page, Guys Time with the Bries. So thank you guys so much. Get your jerseys at Big House Jerseys. Look for Chris; he's a great guy. The NFL jerseys are $30. The hockey jerseys are $50. I think the basketball and the baseball are $30 as well. There's sometimes some deals he throws out there as well. Yeah, there's a Facebook page, Big House Jerseys. Look it up. It's located in New Haven, Michigan. And you got lots of cool jerseys. Crazy Chris got his Deebo Samuel jersey from him. Like I said, great guy, very fair prices on these jerseys. And as you can see, my Justin Herbert jersey, very fresh, very clean, very cool, very comfortable as well. I really love the material. So get your jerseys. Watch some wild card football this weekend. Place your bets, and then watch some hockey tonight as well, and place your bets on those as well. And then, where's Jim Harbaugh going? Is he staying with Michigan, or is he going to the NFL? We'll see what happens. And then the Detroit Lions. How do you guys feel about their season? 9-8. How's that for you guys? And then are they gonna sign Jamal Williams? We'll see what happens. But that's it, guys. So peace out. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe out there. You guys are amazing. We are out. Peace.